Hello and welcome to episode 24.
Yeah, 24.
Of Down to the Core podcast. And today we have our special guest, Amy Follos. Is it Follos?
It's Follos.
Follos.
Yeah, everybody's just like Follows or follow. It's Follos.
Is it Italian?
No, everybody asks me that as well.
Is it Greek? Or...
No, I think just along the line, the W's just got dropped.
It probably was Follows, and then it's like Follos.
Yeah. Literally, my history teacher was like, "No, you've got to be Greek."
Yeah, because I was going to say.
And she looked into it. She went like into my history and everything. She was like, "I cannot find anything." It just literally the Follows just dropped. And just went into Follos. So. That's amazing.
Well, you can say, "Yeah, I'm Greek," and people are like,
"Yeah." People do always come up to me in the gym, and they're like, before I heard you talk, I thought you was definitely Greek because you look Greek. I'm like, nah, just Tiptownian.
Costa del Tiptownian.
Yeah. That's all right.
Oh, so listen, I think I still say to this very day, anyone who comes, I say the reason why we get people on the show because I believe you have like interesting stories, and I think I remember approaching you saying that I think I must have spoke to your husband for the other half.
Well, husband, fiance. I've been married, well, not married, engaged for about 16 years now, John.
Okay.
One day he will make me his wife.
Well, this is a message for you, Rob. You know what you have to do. We don't want to. If I have to speak to you again and you're married these young ladies, there's any problems. Okay.
Right. Apparently, it's my fault. I spend too much, but anyway.
But I think it was him also who said, "Oh, you know what?" He said, it'd be great to get on the show because of your story." And I've done a little bit of digging and realised how much you've gone through, how much you've changed, and your whole kind of story is pretty much amazing. So
it is, man, really.
I don't even know where to start from. So let's start from the beginning. So where, obviously we said Costa del Tipton, so if anybody's listening to this and they don't know, so where are you from?
I mean, people might go, "Where's that?"
Costa
del Tipton, where's that?
It's kind of hard to there's now picking it up really. But it's near Dudley, right. So obviously grew up in Tipton, left school, went into hair and beauty. I worked for the Village Hotel for quite a few years.
Okay.
Built up a big client base there, and then went on to open my own salon.
Okay.
I had loads of clients. Loved my job. Loved like making everybody beautiful. To be honest, it was more so like meeting friends because everybody had come to me for that long. It was like they weren't clients. There was like I was going to just have a laugh. They was paying me to just put nails on and we'd just have a laugh all day. So I loved my job.
Yeah.
And then I fell pregnant with Minnie, my eldest, and that's where everything really changed for me. Like I don't think I realised how much I wanted to be a mom until I found out I was pregnant, really, and my outlook on life and everything just completely changed. And while I was at work, all I'd do was like think about Min, because when it's your own business, it's kind of like you ain't got time to just be at home all the time. I've got to be at work, so I miss out on a lot of things with Minnie growing up. I just had 6 weeks once I had a 6 weeks maternity and I had to go straight back to work. So I felt like all I did really was drop her off at Nan's. I missed out on all the things like, it's just the stupid things. Like I'd get to my mum's and they'd say, "Oh, it's done this today, it's done that today." And I think, I missed out on all that. I've been at work. Yeah. So when I fell pregnant with Ivy, then I made the decision to, I wanted to step back and just be a full-time mom. And I love it. I love being at home. I love being there on the morning for him to take him to school, fetch him from school, do the tea and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at now. I've just become a full-time mom. So life's gone from being manic at work, working till like 9 o'clock at night. I'll be there from 6 o'clock in the morning all day to like just being at home now. So now that I'm at full-time school, the only thing for me to do is gym. I literally drop them off at school and I go straight to the gym. So my life has just become fitness.
Yeah.
Really.
Cool.
That's where I'm at now.
Well, I can put a testament to that because, like, there's never a time I walk to the gym and I never see your car is always there, and you're always training, you're always doing something. So I'm like, people say I'm there a lot, but like I say, you are there a lot.
Yeah, I think I am there the most out of anybody, really.
Would you say that's like you knew, like well, have you always been into like the training stuff?
I have, but not like this. I growing up, always done like running, moved into like sports clubs, dancing, gymnastics, run for Tipton Harriers. I was Worcestershire champion shot put thrower, 2 years running, yeah. So we've always been into sports, but never really actually enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Mum and Dad would be like, "You've got to go to running, you've got to do this, you've got to do that." And we'd be like, I hate doing. And we'd do cross country, and I mean, hate it. We'd cry like I don't want to go. So yeah, this love for like fitness and gym now has just come from me trying to build strength more so since my operation. Because once I had that, I was like, couldn't even lift a weight. I couldn't even put the kettle on, make my own cup of tea. I couldn't do anything, you say. So I'd lost a lot of confidence. I'd put on a lot of weight. And that was me then thinking, right, this is my turning point. I'm either going to let this like be me now, where I've got to like always need help from somebody else or got no confidence in myself, you know what I mean? To I'm just going to put everything into trying to get stronger and get fitter. And that's where I'm at, really. That's where it's brought me to. Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that.
So you know what you kind of briefly mentioned about like the going into hospital and whatever. So it says like you've diagnosed with BRCA2, you're BRCA2 carrier.
BRCA2,
yeah. So what's that breakdown anyway?
So it's breast cancer. So it's a breast cancer gene.
Yeah.
So my mum had breast cancer twice when we was kids, and she'd said like, obviously they didn't know whether it was genetic or it was just one of them things. So when I turned 18, me and my sister, we both went to have like the test done to see if we'd got it. Hers came back negative, mine came back positive. So they said to me I'd got like a 85% chance that I will 100% get 85% chance I'm going to get breast cancer at some point in my adult life. So I was 18 at the time. So they said to me, the best thing for you to do is have everything took away. I'm also high risk of ovarian cancer as well. So there was like, you need to have full hysterectomy, double mastectomy and a reconstruction to kind of bring your chances down to 5%. And well, at 18, you're kind of like, what's all this? I don't want to go through all this. I've had no children yet. I just got with Rob, kind of like we've been together about a year, and I was like, I obviously want to have my own children and family. And it kind of put me into a bit of just like fuck it mode, really. I went like I wouldn't say off the rails, but kind of all I did was party, was out. It was kind of like something to just put it to the back of my mind. I didn't want to think about it. It was like obviously cancer. Who wants to talk about cancer? Talk about that at 18. So I was just out all the time. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, be out. I'd work all week and then I'd just live for the weekends to be out. And I think it weren't until obviously I had got the children, because I used to be monitored every year. I'd do like an MRI scan where they scan everything and you'd get the results a couple of days later. And I just went through, just carried on like that, thinking, well, that'll be fine. I'll just keep having these scans done, and like it just kept coming back. Everything was fine, so crack on like that. Until I spoke to this one surgeon, and he was like, "What are you going to do when one day it does come back, and obviously the results say different?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know," because they always just say negative. He said, "Yeah, but at some point in your life, that is," he said, "that's 85% chance is a high risk. So you really need to start thinking now, before it's too late, while you're fit, you're healthy. Have the operation now, because when you've got to have it," he said, "because you're going to have it once the cancer comes along at some point, and then you've got to have treatment, chemotherapy, radiotherapy. It might not save your life." He was like, "Why are you even like delaying time and thinking about this operation? If it was my wife, she'd have had it done yesterday. She wouldn't have been waiting." And I kind of come out of there that day and I said to Rob, I think I need to have it done. It's like just made my decision now to stop, putting it to the back of my mind. This is where I've just got got to get it done.
Yeah.
Especially having the kids as well. Now you think, well, I've got to be there for them really. So it was a big decision. Like I really didn't want to have it done, but hopefully it's saved my life. So
I'm just guessing that's like a lot for someone like obviously at that age, because when you're young, what you think about this age, just like enjoying yourself for life and those are the things that you
and you talk to other girls my age and stuff, and nobody's got a clue what it was. So I'd be like, what do you mean? What you on about? Like I'd say, well, it's just one of them. Do you know what I mean? And again, like when I looked into having the operation, you know, doctors can tell you, well, this is what it's going to be like. This is how you're going to be after, blah, blah, blah. But I'd never actually spoke to anybody who'd had it done, apart from my mum, but she hadn't gone through the reconstruction side of things. And obviously, again, like, you want to talk to somebody. Your mum has been through all that. Like, you say it ain't something you want to really, like, talk to. I wanted to just probably go online and just read or talk to anybody. And there was nothing at all. Like, there was people in America, but their surgery is kind of different. They have it like half and half. So they have everything took away first, like everything from the chest area, and then they have these expanders put in. I can see you team like, well,
elaborate on
Whoa.
You know what it is? I think like
men as well. It's like,
a lot of this stuff, it's like we don't, obviously, because it's not nothing we have to deal with.
Yeah,
it's like it's not like ignorance. It's almost like, oh, well,
you don't know.
I don't know.
You generally don't know.
But I think I'm just genuinely interested.
It should be. It's interesting though, because it helps you go, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, when I kept saying I was going for this operation, they didn't really know what to say to me either. They'd be like, which again, I think they try and say it for you to feel like a good thing. Then they'd say, well, at least I'm going to get some new boobs out of this. You know what I mean? You'll have like, big boobs. And I think, like, no, that's the last thing I'm going into this. But I'm like, it's to save my life. I'm like, what do you mean? What's it all about? But I think like, especially men, like when you start talking about them, like, oh, I don't really know how to approach this one. But back to them, like in America, the girls I was talking to then, they have expanders put in first. So they have everything took away, expanders put in, and they kind of have like these little pumps where they keep pumping the chest up to get to the size they want, where they feel comfortable, and then they go back and have the reconstruction. Yeah. Whereas my surgeon was like, you ain't having nothing like that. Yours will all just be done in one op. It's kind of like a double operation in one. So it was a 10-hour operation. It was a big operation, and to be honest, I went into it thinking, oh, I'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like, I've read about it now. I know what it is. But once I come round, it was a whole different story. Really, really knocked me about, to be honest. Yeah, it was not what I was expecting.
I suppose that's going to be like a lot of stress on your body.
Yeah.
Just like it's not as if like you're a big person. Like obviously you're not like the biggest person, but like it's still like a lot of stress.
Yeah.
What was it like obviously after you come back?
Like I say, going into it, I thought, right, I'm gonna go into this and try and be like the fittest I can be, so that obviously I've got better with recovery and stuff like that. And it was lockdown, so we put loads of weight on, me and Rob, like, because you weren't going out, you weren't doing anything. All you was doing was drinking, eating all day. And then I decided I was having the operation, and I'd got like about 3 months, I think, before it. So I thought, right, that's it. I'm gonna get back on my diet, you know what I mean? Get back into it, healthy eating and stuff. Started doing some workouts off YouTube, and my back went. I was like, I'd get up every morning, 5 o'clock, before Rob got up for work, and before I'd got to get the kids to school. And I'd get up, I'd do my little workout, and I'm just doing the same as I did every day, and it just went. And you think, like, and I mean, I couldn't get off the floor out of phone Rob to get out of bed to go out down and help me. And he was like, what? You can't be that. But I was like, Rob, it's gone. Like, you know what I mean? And all I kept thinking is, I just wanted to go into this operation being the fittest I could be, and I couldn't even walk. I had, like, honestly, it was probably worse than my operation. Thinking about it now, the pain, I've never felt pain like it. Yeah. And I had like 6 weeks, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. Like, I was having chiropractors, everybody trying to crack my back, and it was horrendous. So I went into the operation actually worse than I was before, and I was gutted because I'd gone into the operation like in a mindset that I really did want to be, and I wanted to go into like positive, feeling good, and I felt shit before I went in, to be honest. So when I woke up from it, I just remember thinking, the pain was horrendous. I go, this can't be normal. Like, and I remember pressing like the buzzer, and she was like, yeah. This is how it's going to be. Like, unfortunately, you're going to have a couple of days like this, and we'll just keep giving you morphine, and we'll see how you go. And I was like the Exorcist, sick. I really didn't cope with the anaesthetic and stuff very well. So when I come round, I was thinking, what have I done? Honestly, like, you know, you think this was not what I was expecting. So obviously once I got home, then it was just all about recovery, but it took months, John, honestly, like months and months and months. I thought I was going to come back home and not be exactly how I was before, but thought, in a couple of weeks I'll be able to do this and I'll be able to do that, and I just couldn't do anything, and it really knocked my confidence and everything, like really like not me mentally more than I thought it would, to be honest.
Yeah,
it really did, 100%. Yeah.
You've obviously going through that, like, obviously you must have built up some like level of like resilience in you, obviously to where you are now. But like, would you have ever, at that point, you reckon you could have ever pictured being obviously where you are?
Not at all. Honestly, like, I'd got these 3 kgs out when I decided I was I'm gonna get back into it now. I'm gonna try and build some strength, and I'd got these little 3 kgs, and I couldn't even do 1 rep. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't lift it over my head, and it just took perseverance, and every day just thinking, right, today I'm going to try again and just try and do another rep, try and get a little bit higher, and just consistency, really, just every day, just doing that little bit at home. And I'd put it was Rob actually that says you need to document this on Instagram, because I think nobody really realizes what you have actually gone through. Do you know what I mean? And people just think, oh, they see you, like, you know, out and about and think, oh, well, it's all right. It looks all right now. You know, it's had the operation, it's fine. But it was like totally the opposite. So that's the only reason I really set up my page on Instagram, really, to like video my little workouts, video what I was doing at home, for everybody to kind of follow and think, you know what, I can do that then. If she can do that, I can do that. I can get stronger.
I think it just goes to show that, like, we always like saying this thing where we never know what anyone's gone through. Because when we put on like brave faces, you can see someone, but like, you will go, oh, I don't keep on going on about it, but like, oh, you'll say, oh, I don't keep on going, but like, they go, oh, well, you're all right, because you're not saying anything. But in your, I don't know if you've done that same thing where you're like, I don't keep on saying it all, but like, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
And like you just said, I do see people in the gym, and they'll say to me, oh, it's all right for you because you're just naturally slim, and you know what you're doing. I've been overweight, you know. When I have the kids, I put a lot of weight on. I'm like, no.
I think that's everyone's default answer. It's all right for you. You've got, I think
you know what you're doing. So you've obviously always been in the gym. I'm like, no. I'm not 3 little kg weight. You know what I mean? No, not at all.
And I think most people tend to jump on, oh, it's always if you've got good genetics, and like that's got nothing to do with. It's got nothing to do with it.
Genetics can't help you when you get to that level of illness. Your genetics, so like I say to people, your genetics and money can't help you when you get to those places. It's like, I'm guessing you had to kind of really dig deep.
Dig deep, 100%.
You don't realise how strong you actually am until you actually go through something like that. It's like, because at one point I just kept thinking, I'm never going to get any better. This is going to be just how I am now all the time. I'm never going to be able to go back to fitness or go back to the gym or do anything like that. This is just going to be how it is, and it really does like knock your confidence and everything.
Because you know what is like, obviously, that's nothing I'm ever have to go through. But you explain what you're explaining. It's like somebody probably saying to me and you that we can't ever go and train anymore, or because like that is pretty much
it's your life.
It's your identity. So I think what it is now, because like all of us 3, we spend probably not me, probably not. He spends probably. Jacob lives there. You live there, and I'm probably a close third. But like, people don't realise that it's part of your identity. And it's probably that one place where you kind of feel free. And it's that one place where I have like the most social interactions at the gym, and it's more for here.
100%. Like, I keep saying to so many people, like, I don't see the gym as a place just to train. That's my sanctuary.
And especially being mum as well. That's the only time I'm Amy.
When you mentioned that really struck me when you said, like, during that hour, I'm not mom. I'm Amy.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of parents, and I think just anyone in particular, they can just go, right, I'm just being an hour of just me, just
put my tunes on,
just put my thoughts. I don't need to care about anything else. It's just me for an hour and stuff.
Nobody shouting mom.
Yeah. So how does that feel for you just to say like that hour is my time?
I see. I love it, honestly. And I've met so many people at the gym who've become friends and that down there now. John. Because I was just training at home in my kitchen. I was just doing my own little thing, and I have so many women message me now and say, how have you gone from this like shy girl, overweight, couldn't lift these weights, to like being so confident in the gym? I see you in the gym, and you look like you just know what you're doing. You seem so confident and full of yourself when you're there. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But I'm like, that's how you come across. You and I think you said to me a few weeks back, and I said to you, to be honest, at first I found coming back into the gym really intimidating, like coming onto cables or things like that. I was used to just doing my own little thing, and I found going into the cable area with all the men really intimidating. And John was like, no, you actually the intimidator. And I was like, what?
No, it's true. No, it's true.
I was like, me?
Yeah.
I don't think you see yourself like that.
No.
You know what I mean? You see yourself still the girl, I ain't got a clue what I'm doing.
But you know what, though? I think I get that, because some people say to me, well, John, you just know what you do. And I'm like, there was a point where I didn't have a clue what was going on, but I feel like it's that thing of, and you'll know this, you'll keep on doing something so much, and so it just becomes, this is what I do. Because like a lot of us, we could probably say, we're probably experts. Not experts, we kind of know what we know within our field, but there's probably still bits that we don't know, but we just continue to keep on improving. But when I think the first time when I saw you in the gym, I'm like, oh, she knows what she's doing.
No, exactly, yeah. But I think it's like that when you go to different gyms. So obviously, I've trained at XX, I've trained at JD, and with how the new layouts, like I go.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Where is everything?
Like, like seat and all setting the seats in certain positions. In one gym, it's this one, and this one gym is there. Like, I feel like right. Yeah, like I walk and get right.
You think everyone's watching?
Yeah, I'm doing incline bench press today, and I'm like sitting there going, that is way too high. That's way too low. And I'm literally going, I'm actually gassed after certain weights, but I go to JD, and I'm like, oh, that's it. Yeah. So even it just shows like. It's just a front, like we've probably got more experience and stuff because that's the gym, but you put us in different areas in the gym and you're like, where the hell? I mean, like when we did that skit about the Roadman skit, the disco treadmill one, like you knew what you were doing. I was like, oh there. I was just following him, going, where are we going? I don't know. So
I do. I have so many girls saying, like, they'll message me saying, tell me, what have I got to do to get like that now? Because I'm at the point where I'm at home doing my little weights and I want to get to the gym and I want to have that confidence. And I'm like, there's no secret to it. They think I'm going to tell them this like major secret, and I'm going to be like, oh, thanks, that's what I've got to do. And I'm like, you've just got to get in there and be consistent. Like, there's no way you're going to just get in there.
That's the hardest bit when I get clients come in and go, what's the hardest bit of going to the gym? Getting to the gym, that's the hardest bit. And keep doing it, that's the thing. As soon as you step into the gym, you've done the easy bit, because there's so many people, like, and I've had a lot of people go put their hands up. That's happened to me before, where you've got the intention to go to the gym, you've parked up, then it's that decision: do I open the door and go in the gym, or do I just revert, just drive past, or put the car back, turn the car back on, and drive off? And I've had a lot of people going, I've done that before, where I've parked, then I've just gone, I'm not going, and just going out. But so going to the gym is the actual hardest bit, like the actual work training. Just getting through the door. Yeah, because they'll say to me, how are you in the mood for it every day? And I'm like, sometimes I am in the mood. You're not always in the mood. It's just part of my routine now, and it's like just something I do. So it's like I'll just get there and do it. I'm glad you've said that, because like because like sometimes obviously us as coaches and trainers, we say it, but they'll just go whatever. But like, I'm glad to hear like you say it, because like obviously most of we were talking about before, like how
I'd say to you, "What? You seem like more intimidated because like, you could just bolt around places.
Yeah.
I'm here. Bam, I'm doing this.
I'm
doing this. I'm doing this." And like, I'm just going to say like some point or other, but like when people like they're scared to go to the gym, they say, "Oh, everyone's watching," but like. I don't want to get you nervous, but you've got your confidence now. But like most of the time, people are probably watching you, or probably watching me, like me, or they don't watch like anybody else. But like the people who's starting from the beginning, I think that's what they're worried about.
Yeah.
Because like they want to be how you are.
Yeah.
They want to. They want to go
skip.
They
want to skip 2 years.
and go,
Like,
they could, I think the most common. I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't. I'm like. We've all done that.
Yeah.
We've all been there where we've literally just gone, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I think I've said this to a few people. Like, there's only 3 reasons why. I say there's probably 3 reasons why. Like, one reason is basically just going, like bigging yourself like, no, well done. Like you're celebrating that you're a success. Well done for coming to the gym. Other one is just like they're watching your form and going, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Or like, or the third one, they might go, they'll probably see like, and there's an attraction going, oh, what's that person doing? Oh, that person's cute. Like, it's one of those. It's one of those 3, and like sometimes as well, if you really want to be there, you can make some loud noises and no one cares.
Yeah.
Like amount of times at the gym, I've like shouted like that, and everyone's just literally just. No one batters an eyelid. Yeah. No one cares.
You saying that, I've always got my earphones in. And last Friday, my earphones had died. And it was the first time I'd actually heard noises in the gym. I don't even think. And I have so many people again message me and say, I was waving at you today and you just totally ignored me. Or I was shouting you. And I'm like, I ain't got a clue. I've just got my music on, head down. And I ain't concentrating on anybody in there. But Friday was like the first time I thought, oh, this actually sounds different to me today.
I'll tell you, what? The funny part about that is like, I've always got my earphones, so like I obviously, you know me, I yap a lot at the gym, but like obviously when I take off, I'm like, oh, this is the sound. But but when you get to the stage of having to put these things on, because I don't train with these, so like then you can't see no one. Yeah. You can't hear. God, you can't see. You can't hear. You're just doing what you're doing, and just see random.
Everybody just thinking,
like why is it?
John never talks to me, you know.
Yeah. Or you see somebody doing, and I can just see like something in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my mate at the gym, like he's done that. Like he wears glasses. And I'm like, I did that to him, like a thumbs up. Yeah. Walk past, I'm like,
no, honestly, I have so many people say to me, I'm like, you must think I'm really ignorant. I'm like, no, we just know now. I'm just texting out. I'm like, I'm just in myself.
And I think like there's nothing. I think that's a great place to be. I think like you had to build up that.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think you had to kind of build up to being in that place, and obviously, and I think that's probably, I would say that's where like your level of confidence would come from. Would you agree?
And again, I've signed up with a coach now.
Yeah.
So I've been with Bobby now for 13 weeks, and she's really built my confidence up in the gym because, again, come Christmas, I was still really training at home. I'd gone to the gym. We'd already, like, when did XF open? Was it October, November?
About that sort of time.
Yeah, so I'd been going there, but I hadn't gone on no machines, used like none of the cables. Like that. I was still just getting my little step out, doing my same little thing that I'd do at home in the corner. And I was like, why do you keep just doing that little thing? You got all this gym, there's nobody here, because literally when we signed up, there was probably like 5 people there.
Yeah.
He's like, why are we still just going in the corner when you can just? I'm like, no, I've got no confidence. I don't want to go in there. That looks scary. That looks too heavy for me. Blah blah blah. And then come New Year, I thought, do you know what? I kept seeing on Instagram these girls doing these photo shoots and this and that. I thought, I'm going to do it. I'd lost some weight. I got to a stage where I was happy with the way I look, but I wanted it to take it to that next level. Do you know what I mean? I thought, you know what? I think I can do that. I thrive in like hard situations and things like that. I thought, no, I like a challenge, and I'm gonna. This new year, new me, all this. I'm gonna do it. So I signed up with Bobby, and there's really like brought my confidence out in the gym. Good. That first time I give me my plan, and I looked at it and I thought, hack squat. Cables. I was like, oh, no, I'm gonna have to message her and say, I could do this. I could go on them. And she was like, no, you can. You just go over, you FaceTime me, you message me, whatever, and I'll show you how to use the machine, where to put your feet, and there's all like obviously just put me like onto an app now, and there's all videos that I can follow. But within like a couple of weeks, my confidence went from nothing in the gym to like up here, like, and helping other people. People come over to me now and they're like, "Can you show me how to use that machine?" And like 3 weeks ago, I haven't got a clue. It's mad.
But don't you think? See, and you probably hit on another really important point, that like having structure.
Yeah.
Having like a bit of a blueprint or something to follow. Is key when you start. And so I think probably one of the reasons why so many people may fail, because they go to the gym with no structure, no kind of idea of how to go and do something, or they don't even research anything. But they want to go there and they'll go. So I'll say to people, I've been to the gym. Yeah, I went to the gym. What do you do? Well, I went to
a bit of this, a bit of that.
Sometimes they'll go, oh, I went on the walking machine for 35 minutes, and I went on the cross trainer. Then what? Then I went home. I'm like,
that was me. That was me, John. Honestly.
How about my favourite one? I went on that thingy.
What
thing?
No, the thing
that one. That one with your leg. You put your legs in the air. Like,
that was me. Honestly, because I've got no confidence on the machines. I would literally just do cardio, and I'd just be cardio.
Yeah.
And again, everybody'd say, "How come you never do any weights?" And I was like, "Oh no, I don't need to do weights. I just do my running, because that's all I've got the confidence to do."
I was waiting to say, "Oh, I don't get too big."
Oh no, I want to now. No, I want to. No, again, like I've got that mentality from Bobby. Like Bobby's like, you ain't gonna never change your shape unless you build muscle. Like, so many women, and again, like you've just said, people will say to me, I want to do what you're doing, and I want to change my shape, but I don't want to get big. I don't want to have muscles. And I'm like, look, unless you get a bit of muscle, you ain't gonna change the shape of your body. You're just gonna get leaner, but like just not look how you think I'm going to look.
I want women to, whoever's listening to this, so when we play it back, I want them to listen to that part, what you just said. Can you say that one more time?
Say that one more time.
They think they're going to lose weight and get to this toned physique that they want without picking up a weight. They just think, I'm just going to do the diet and just keep running. But I'm like, you ain't gonna look like you. Yeah, you'll lose weight. You'll get on the scales and the scales keep going down. I mean, me now doing this prep I'm doing, my weight's gone up. I've probably been the only girl on the group. Like, some of them have got like more body fat and whatever to lose than me. So they've been like, oh, I've lost another half stone. I've lost all this. I keep thinking, why does my weight keep going up and up and up? But I was like, no, we're on a different plan. I know we're all chatting together, but we're building muscle, we're changing. So you ain't got to worry about them scales, because I think that's another thing. Women look at the scales and all they want to see is it going down and just getting skinnier. Do you know what I mean?
Can we just pause this for a second? We'll have to give Amy a round of applause because
amount of times we keep thank you. Like, I think a lot but a lot of women like just assume that I'm gonna lift weight and they're gonna go wham, and we like,
I wish I could.
But like what me and John have like trying to educate him in so many ways, like that's not gonna happen. Like, we didn't do that never happened for us. Then, like, especially you're saying, like, you can use a diet, you can go on the treadmill, but you're just gonna be look flat. Do you want to look flat? And they're like, no. And you're like,
it's that skinny flat.
Everything's
just gone.
There's no shape. shape. And it's like, look at all the female influencers you look up to. Oh, she's got a fat cracking physique. She's got nice legs, nice shoulders.
She's got a ball.
And I'm like, they're not gonna do that from a treadmill.
And also eating. You know, I have so many people that say to me, "Oh, like this, so I'm going to just cut all my calories. I ain't going to eat any carbs. I ain't going to eat." And I'm like, "Is that what you do? Is that how you eat?" I'm like, "No, I eat a lot of calories, and I eat all the carbs. I eat
and another
carbs. one, honestly, again, like they think I'm going to go in the gym on no fuel, like no food, and start throwing around these big weights. I'm like, mate, you know, I have like 3 meals before I get to the gym to like have like the strength to lift where I'm lifting now, because I have gone from, like, say, my little 3 kgs to like pressing now on the leg press 3 times my body weight. And there's no way I could have done that without proper fuel and proper nutrition.
So basically, we'll just make it a bit louder. You can't do that by eating a banana and having
a lettuce leaf,
having a lettuce leaf,
and no carbs,
and a piece of toast.
I know. Yeah.
And it was all structured, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I knew it was structured. There you go. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she didn't mention a Aldi yogurt Aldi protein yogurt.
They're fire though. They're fire.
Yeah, they may be good, but like obviously, but
a protein bar.
Yeah.
That's it. They'll say, what am I doing wrong? Because I have my protein bars. I have my protein shakes. I'm like, what meals are you having? Like, oh no, I have them because it's quick and it's easier. And I'm like,
yeah.
You need your meals.
Oh God, I'm out. Oh.
Meal?
See, this is the reason why I wanted her on here today.
Oh my God, I actually want to cry. You just kind of go.
No, but I'm having protein. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. But I don't want to get too big. You're not
and
going to get
on
too
Instagram
big.
said, as long as I have this. Okay. Who's
Oh,
that?
my favourite one. I saw this on TikTok.
Yeah.
No.
Instagram and TikTok.
No.
They eat this and they look like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep doing that.
Yeah, and you just go, yeah. What do they do for a life?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
No.
No, there you go. I rest.
No, so how long did it take you to kind of grasp and understand all that? Would you say?
A long time, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because I've always been bigger.
Mm.
So every time I've thought, right, I'm going to lose weight, it's always been, I'm going to cut this out, cut that out. I'm going to lower my calories. I'm going to be really strict on this. And all you're doing is make yourself even hungrier. Like, come the weekend, then you think, oh, I'll have a treat. I'll have a bit of a blowout. I'll have this. And you're like back to square one. Every week it was like back to square one. I'd lose a couple of pounds, back to square one. But my body shape, even when I was like, I'd lost a stone. Yeah, I looked a bit smaller, but still, I think, well, I still don't look good. I still don't look how I want to look.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What have I got to do? So, Bobby has really learned that with me. You know, it's more about more food, more calories, and the kind of food you're eating, clean food, all this processed rubbish, pre-ready meals, all these protein shakes, protein bars, out, clean foods. Yeah, and like I say, it has took a while to grasp that as well, because I kept thinking, I'm going to keep eating all this food, I'm going to be putting more weight on. But like I say, I put weight on, but my shape's completely different. Yeah. I'm leaner, I'm smaller, more muscular, and I eat more food. So it's a win-win for me. Food.
Like I say, it's your different goal as well.
Yeah.
So I think that this is where a lot of women tend to go, well, she eats a lot more, but what's her goal?
Yeah.
What is her goal? So, and I think this is where like a lot of people still get this confused. Well, they eat 3,000 calories a day and they'll still lose weight. Like, what do they do for a living? And what's their aspirations?
And like the amount of time I'm in the gym as well. Do you know what I mean? Because like I say, I'm on this photoshoot prep at the minute, so it's like I've got an hour of strength training. I've got to do 45 minutes cardio. I've got to get 15,000 steps in a day. Yeah. So all that needs fuel.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
They're going to go into that like just on a couple of 100 calories and eat a lettuce leaf at home, and then like get the muscles and lose weight. And I'm like, it don't happen. That ain't how it's going to happen.
Did you kind of, because you know what, when people say, oh, I ain't motivated, but like we were saying before, it's just about getting it done.
Yeah.
Did you know that, I'd say to somebody, did you know that you had that in you to do that? Or because where did that, because sometimes, what you're doing, obviously what you're doing, what I've done, what Jake has done, it's not easy.
No.
But like that level of determination, not motivation, determination.
Yeah. Because I think people do think it's easy. Like, I think people do think, well, not everybody, but I think they do think, oh, well, it is quite easy if you just stick to a plan, like, and you can do it. But it does require a lot of dedication. Yeah. Like I say, some nights I can finish the kids' tea, whatever, wash up and sit down and look at watch and think, I've still got another 5,000 steps I've got to do. I've got to get on the treadmill, and I've got to put the time in and put the work in, because if I don't, I ain't going to get the results. Do you know what I mean? So it does require a lot of dedication and stuff. And I don't know where it's come from in me, to be honest. I think going through my operation and things like that, it does make you a stronger person and more willed. And I always remember there was a lady opposite me in the bed when we was recovering, and she had actually had bowel cancer. And I remember talking to her, and she said to me, you're going to have this like second chance. I said, I know you ain't had cancer, but the operation that you've had is giving you that like opportunity to go out there and just grab anything you want to grab in life and go for it. Not always think, oh, I've not got the confidence in this. And I said, because before you know it, you're going to be here like me, and my life's gone. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got that, and I wish I could be in your position now. That the operation you've had, that is kind of like giving you a second chance to go out there and say, no, do you know what? I'm going to grab life by the balls kind of thing, and I'm going to do everything I want to do, and it's kind of given me that strength, that mentality to think, I can do things like this. Like I've been through worse, so I can do it.
I think like because one, you know when you hear people who've gone through something and then they'll kind of go, oh well, this is my fate, and this is how it is. There is that definite correlation where you go, I'm either going to go this. You can either go one way or the other. Yeah. And it just sounds obviously you prove that you've kind of gone, right, you know what, I'm gonna grab those balls and go for it.
It did definitely make me stronger, I think.
Yeah,
more so
100%.
Not like I say, at first it took me a lot to get over that, like and build that strength up. But I think once you've put that dedication and that hard work in, it does bring you out a stronger person. 100%.
100%. I definitely agree with that one. I definitely agree.
Yes, because you were saying before, like you get lots of messages and stuff from women, and like I think the thing we was talking about before, like obviously probably thinking about getting into doing PTs and PT and stuff.
That's all they ask me. They're like, "Can you train me? Oh, will you train me?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, I have got more knowledge in the gym now, but I ain't qualified to do anything. Like, well, do it, because I really, they're like, I really resonate with you. I could come to the gym with you and watching what you've actually gone through and think, well, you know what, Amy's done that. I've been through like similar things, or like not the same, but like similar situations, and thinking, well, if Amy can do it, I can do it. And I'm like, I really resonate with you, and I find you like easy to get on with, easy to approach. So you need to do it. And I'm like, everybody just keeps telling me to do it. You know
what? Yeah, when like whatever they're saying, I want to agree with 100% because this is what I say. Like your story, and obviously for what you've been through to where you are, it kind of. I can see how it can uplift women. Yeah. And like I think like this is just me giving you my 2 pence worth now. Yeah. But like I reckon you should go for it because like I say, you can do more good. Yeah, I reckon you can do so much good with what you've gone through, because there are somebody right now that's like, well, I broke a nail the other week and that's the reason why it's all up. And I had a break with I was with him for a whole 3 months, and like he bought me a Michael Kors watch and took me to Miller and Carter, and I'm like,
now it's all over.
Now it's all over. But like you're obviously you've got like a real kind of like a compelling story, and like I think that within itself is.
I did have a lady come up to me in the gym the other day and she said, I've started following you on Instagram. She said, my name's whatever, and I've started following you. And she said, honestly, she said, I really didn't realise that I was watching some of your reels and like what you've been through with your operation and how much weight you've lost. And she was like, I've always seen you in the gym and just thought that's how you are. Like, she's just that's how you've always been. She said, and it really made me think, well, yeah, she can do it. I can do this now. She said, because I've got a lot of weight to lose. She said, and I'm kind of at that point where it's never going to happen for me. She said, and then I saw your reels and thought, well, no, I can do that. And I said, yeah, of course you can, 100%. So every time I see her now, I'll go over to her and I'm like, what are we doing today? And she's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I saw your reel last night, and I've took a bit of your exercises and I'm doing that. And I'm like, yeah, that's brilliant. And she's like, show me how to do this and help me with that. So I put my little videos up and sometimes think, who's going to be interested in them? But loads of people message me like, I've saved it and I'm going to do that tomorrow when I'll get to accept. And I'm like, yeah, that's it.
You'd be so surprised. You'd be so surprised. And I think like, and I think, I think probably we've kind of battled with this, and I've battled with it before. I'm like, there is some interesting rhymes, but I think everybody has a message to convey in their own way. Yeah. So like, Jacob will convey his message in his way. I'll do it in my way, and you'll do it in your way. Yeah. And like obviously, there's always somebody to go, I can resonate with you more, me more, or him or whatever.
Well, I've been documenting my photoshoot journey as well, like like how I've changed just in 12 weeks. And again, I have so many messages and so many people have invested in it. And I'm like, I cannot wait to see these photos. And, it's going to be a profile picture and everything. And it's going to be brilliant. But they'll keep saying to me, what's the secret? Tell me what have I got to do? Help me. And I'm like, there is no secret. It's just like, you just got to stick to the diet, stick to the gym and just consistency. Yeah,
but even that, they'll be like, nah, there's something else.
Yeah. They'll be like, why is it not?
Yeah, like, you're that's sus, I don't believe you. Like, so how did you do it? eat less.
That's the thing. People always think there's something else. They always like think that like, oh, it can't be just that. And no, you said something before, like, oh, I just thought you was always like that.
Yeah.
People just think, I was just born like this.
Yeah.
It's almost like you need to carry around like a picture of what you look like. Like say, before you go any further, this is what I used to look like. Oh, that can't be you. You must have found so shocked. But like,
I know.
What do you reckon's hardest doing your prep and photo shoot or pregnancy?
Oh God. Do you know what? My pregnancies was a breeze. Honestly, I never had. Well, I did have more morning sickness and stuff with Ivy, but Minnie, I never felt better. I know I put on a lot of weight, but I did eat everything inside because it was one of them. I thought I'm pregnant. And to be honest, I wish I knew what I now know about fitness in the gym, because I would have continued with like just do a little bit of training, working out, but I didn't want to risk anything. I was like, I'm pregnant now. This is it. I've got to just sit like this and eat everything, and not move. Do you know what I mean? So I did put a lot of weight on, but my pregnancies was a breeze. Not the actual delivery. Yeah, that was like hell. But being pregnant, I loved it.
We'll take your word for it.
I did love being pregnant. It's just it's a mad feeling.
What do you find hard about your prepping?
Do you know what? Again, like Minnie said the other day, she was like, "Why do we never get to restaurants anymore, Mum? Why do we never, like, how come we was always at the smokehouse, or we'd get to Miller and Carter and stuff, and how come we ain't been or anything this year?" And I was like, "That's because Mum." Because like being on prep, it's that's the hardest for me. Not being like, if people say, "Oh, do you want to come out? Shall we do this? Shall we do that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm on prep. I just can't do it." And again, people are saying, "Tell me what you're doing," and so you try and help them, and they'll say, "That's it. Yeah, this week I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I'm going to stick to this and stick to that." And then you'll see like Instagram reels on the weekend they've been out like. Did you listen? Did you listen to anything I said? I think they could still do all that, and like get what this dream physique that they think they're going to get. And it's like, no, all that has got to just. That's the hardest bit. It's got to be stopped.
That is your first qualification to be a PT. Ask you all do they ask us all the questions, Jake?
Yeah, and you tell them that, and they go, "No, I don't believe I'm doing that anyway." So you're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Or
they ask you all the questions. We'll give them everything. We'll give them all the information,
and they still
do it. But then it's also as well, they see the extreme prep and what you're doing for your photo shoot, and thinking, "Oh, that's what I got to do." You're like, no.
I mean, this is extreme. Like what I'm doing.
But this.
Like you've both been on them before. Like you say, you can do a diet and just cut some calories or whatever, go to the gym. But this is like it's quite extreme, and
but I liked how you resonated with that. With when I was on my last prep for my photo shoot prep, like I was. Like my partner then, it was just like, "Oh, let's go out for food. I'm like, "No."
Rob will bring the crisp in. He's like, "Want some crisp?"
And I'm like, "No."
Okay. Like, hello. I can't have any. He's like, "You ain't even gonna have a crisp."
No, it's that. You're like, no.
No, the answer is no to everything.
So like, date nights was coffee houses. What you gonna have for coffee? What you want? Black coffee.
See, I don't even have any caffeine or anything like that.
No.
People say to me,
that
"Did
was
you get through the gym or anything on no caffeine, no pre-workouts and stuff?" I'm like, I don't have anything like that. It gives me like proper palpitations.
There's something you just said there, and like obviously what you just touched on and this is the difference between prep and just being on a general lifestyle diet. So when people say to you, no doubt that someone say, "Oh, what's your diet?" or and like trying to explain to someone that like this diet what I have would not fit you in everyday life. So
my diet now is the same every day. I eat nothing different. It's the same 3 meals every day, and I'm like,
don't you get bored? Don't you get bored of eating that? I'm like,
you got beef every night. Beef every night. So, but do you do it different? Like, no, it's just beef and sweet potato every night. And I'm like, how can you live like that? I'm like, but I love it. I love it because at the minute it's getting me to my goal, and I
this is another bit. This is another bit.
I do not look at it as like, "Oh God, I'm really depressed." Like, why am I torturing myself? To me, it's like, I love it. I love the way I feel. The energy I've got, the way I'm looking at the minute. So I absolutely love it.
This is what I was saying. They're like, don't you get bored of eating the same prep meal? I'm like, no, I love it. Yeah, even though
from my porridge on the morning, I get up and
even though like what I eat now is still what I ate during prep because I enjoyed it. And like when you're trying to explain that, like I was saying to my partner, like yeah, I eat chicken and rice every day. Yeah, I like that,
and I do,
and it was and that was a food that kept me going throughout the whole prep. Yeah. So that was like sacred. I won't deviate. I won't. And it's like, I couldn't do that. It's like, well, that's.
Does it not freak you out though? No, when like sometimes you see people like all the drink that they're having and like certain foods, you think, God, I just wouldn't put that in my body. Yeah.
So I just wouldn't. You know what? Yeah, like I went out with my mum and my son the other day, and we had like a seafood boil thing, which was like really, really amazing. But like in my head, it's almost like there's a protein, there's a veg, and that's
just the way you look at everything.
Yeah, look at everything like
all my macros.
Yeah, all my macros. I don't think it was. It's probably way over. But like, but the fact of the matter is, you don't use both saying that. Like, I know, like for the whole year, all I've eaten is chicken, rice, and veg. Lo and behold, it's the Jamaican style of doing it, but it's still chicken, rice, and veg. There's probably odd fish in there or odd potatoes, but like
it's all clean.
But I feel that like you know, when you've eaten the way you've eaten to get to where you've got to, you've eaten the way you've eaten to get to where you get to. It's almost like it kind of like trains your brain to go, this is my thing here.
Yeah.
I don't get cravings for pizzas.
No, same. No.
I'll have it. You know what? I don't know. I'll have an odd burger or something here and there.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
because you know how that food's going to make you feel as well. It's like, you feel sluggish.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah.
You're in the gym next day and think, I'm trying to eat that. It just, that's what I think now. I think, do I want to feel like that? When, if I was saying, shall we go out and have this? I think, do I want to feel like that? Or do I want to, like, eat my PB tomorrow in the gym? I'm like, no, I'm going to sit
and you appreciate, and I think you appreciate the food's better.
Yeah.
I think like when you don't eat those foods as often, then when you do have them, you actually appreciate it more.
To be honest, the kids really freak me out at the minute. It's like trying to keep that, like, without being a cruel mom and saying, you ain't having this, you ain't having that, but being like, I want them to get in that lifestyle of, this is what you should be eating.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I had the same thing when my son was growing up, saying, do you want to let him have sweets and chocolates as a kid? I'm like,
I know.
No, but like he's got an intolerance to milk and chocolate, so what's the point?
Yeah.
And like he may be okay now, but I said you don't see him like later on, or you won't see him like years down the line when they're suffering. Yeah, so it's okay.
This is like my youngest. Yeah, we don't know whether it's eczema or what. She keeps having a bit of a rash on her stomach and on her legs, and
her arms. Yeah.
And I'll sit there and read, because again, this is another like freaky thing that I do. While I've been on this prep, all I do is I just sit and read about diet and like lifestyle and everything, and reading things like that. And I kept thinking with this rash on her, I'm like, it's what's going in the mouth. It's what it's eating.
Yep.
But then, when she gets to the nans, and I say, don't give her that today. Don't her have this because you know it's irritates her skin. Yeah. I'll pick her up. I was like, ice creams, chocolates. And I'm like, did you not listen to her? As a kid, kids. I'm like, but she's suffering with it when it's getting home.
And I think it's as well, like so you already put an impression on your kids, so when they get older, this comes in almost. So like my mum was on the cusp of being type 2 diabetes, so she literally just changed her like literally lifestyle. Like we switched to more like chicken, like turkey, reduce like put like 5% like beef mince, turkey mince, beef like pork mince, all like the leaner stuff for food. And like obviously because she cooked it and it's like she was the elf in the house, we was like, that's law. So I can remember during my first prep, I was more anxious about getting my meal plan because I was like, I'm going to get like 4 meals, 6 meals, I'm going to eat beef, this and that. And then I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's the food I eat anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
that was pretty much me as well, because I'd already been on my like bit of a health journey. I was already kind of eating clean foods and stuff. So a lot of people say to me, it's really hard. I'm like, no, because I was kind of already in that like lifestyle anyway. And I know this is strict and I am probably a bit more stricter now, but I'd already started to cut out alcohol because I hated the way it was making me feel the next day and stuff like that. So drink, then like, do you not miss a drink? I'm like, no, not really.
No, this is me. I'm like, don't you miss alcohol? I'm like,
No, and don't get me wrong, I'm never saying like I'm never going to have
Yeah.
Like,
But I won't go.
If we're out,
Yeah.
like, then I'll have a drink, but I ain't just going to just sit in the house now watching Conway Street, like having a bottle of wine. I'll just that to me now is just mental.
People reflect, don't they? They reflect on you because like because what they do, and because when they say, "Oh, I couldn't do that," and like I learned this in my prep when they say, "Oh, John, I couldn't do that," I'm like, and I'd go to, I just get defensive at first and be like, "Well, you haven't got to eat it."
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, John, I couldn't drink now. You haven't got to drink it. Oh, John, I need my drink. I'm like, no, carry on drinking.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I'm like, so everything they say they couldn't do, I'll be like,
nobody's asking
you. Nobody's asking something.
I'm not asking you to.
I start to be a little bit more direct. I'm like, well, what you? It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I'm doing here.
Yeah, you do you. Yeah. You do you. I do me.
I know.
Did you have to go for that? Can you talk about that? Did you have to kind of battle through that defensive thing of trying to, or have you?
I think like explaining yourself a lot.
Yeah.
Because I think people say, like, why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do that? Because I've got a goal. That's how I want to. That's what I want to get to. And I actually enjoy eating like that. But they do look at me like I'm a bit weird. Like especially like I say, talking in the gym. Them like, so you're gonna just eat chicken and rice again today? And you're gonna come to Costa with us? We're gonna have this. I'm like, no, I gotta go home and have my chicken and rice. That ain't a life. I'm like, it is.
It is.
It is. And I ain't saying I've got to do it forever. I've got a goal, and this is what I'm working to.
This is what a lot of people.
They're like, I've got to do that forever now for the rest of my life. And I'm like, I'll probably like stick to that kind of way of eating. Like you just said, if I want to go out and have different things when I've come off prep, then I can introduce it back in. But I actually enjoy doing this. So
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think so many people still get it like they just they get fixated. Oh no, you're going to be this, you're going to be that.
One of them also like I keep seeing it now, like more fit shaming. Do you know what I mean? Like now, once you like getting into fitness and everything, people are like, they're like kind of say, well, why are you doing? But do you ever like you don't turn it around and say to other people like, well, you have a weight, why are you overweight? It's like, but people say like that you shouldn't be doing too strict. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were you doing? I think, hang on. But what's the difference here?
I think social media just has got this and they just literally took it and ran with it and they just spun it around because now like people it's from one extreme to the other. Like, oh, you're too lean, you're too fat, you're too this, you're too that, and it's just you should. And then when you're trying to educate, well, look, I'm only. This is just for a moment in time. Am I going to stick to this every day? No, but this is a moment in time. But and I think they're just trying to like validate their thoughts. And I think sometimes as well, I'm still learning where some people go, I don't have that far in me yet.
So you shouldn't have it.
So so they feel in fear because they see you doing right. I'm doing. I mean this. I mean that. I'm moving this. I'm training 4 or 5 times a week, and they're like,
"How can I do that? Not me."
Yeah. So to make them feel slightly better, they'll go, "Well, you
do this, you do that."
Yeah, you do that.
It's like the whole drinking thing. It's almost like drinking and like eating away a certain way. You have to be a fully fledged alcoholic in the gutter before they go, he's drinking too much.
Yeah.
Michael, how about anything up and before? How about like a bottle of wine a night?
Yeah.
Or how about having like getting completely wrecked every weekend as you treat?
Like you say, I'll try and say that to people and they'll say, yeah, but that's because you don't drink now. So if I have this, you can kind of saying that I drink too much. And I'm like, no, I'm just saying, do you really need to be drinking that at home? Just like watching the telly? Like, you know what I mean? There's like healthier ways.
Yeah.
But it's one.
So it's one of those where people they go, "This is my routine. I like this. Don't you dare tell me otherwise."
Because like that's you just say it's like that's there. Because like I'm like this now. I think as I'm getting older, I'm like, well, listen, if that's your routine, cool. Yeah, this is mine.
And I think that does come with age, you know, John. Where you start thinking, you know what, I ain't got the time for like stressing about.
It's too tiring.
About this, Well, you do you. I'll do me.
Yeah, too tiring.
That's too tiring, man. Totally. So when's the shoot date? When's the shoot?
May the 18th.
Ooh, okay.
So it's like seven weeks now. Yeah. It's gone so quick. It really has gone quick. Because at first when I signed up and I was like, right, I think it was just before New Year I'd signed, so it was like 21 weeks. And you think, that's ages, it's like half the year, do you know what I mean? And it's like,
quick,
these weeks just...
They go rapid.
Yeah, they just keep flying by.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the process still?
Oh, look, yeah, I really am.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like I say, the confidence I've got in the gym and stuff, and just the knowledge I've learned from Bobby with just like health, diet, and fitness and that. I have really enjoyed doing it.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what cardio she's got you on?
Well, again, he'll just tell me to do whatever cardio I want to do. But I'm 45 minutes now because I was like I say, I was a cardio bunny. So at first she was like, right, we're going to strip back the cardio. We're just going to do strength and 10 minutes cardio. I was like, 10 minutes. Bob. Like normally my workout is just all cardio. No.
Yeah.
That's why your body looks like that at the minute, and you want it to look like this. Cardio, let's just forget for a minute, and we'll increase it. So every week that has just like slightly gone up. So which is a good thing because we're back, like it's the season now for our runs. We're back into our 10K runs. So I kept saying to Bobby that them do come up about like May time and doing 10 minutes of cardio, right? They're going to get me around 10K. No. So she's like, no, we'll increase it. So I'm back to doing like 7 days a week now, cardio. And my, obviously 15,000 steps. And just my 5 strength workouts a week. Yeah.
Have you found is it a group one?
Group one, in Manchester. No, I say Manchester. Stockport.
Okay. Who's the photographer?
Eddie. I think Eddie. Is it Eddie? I don't know. Bobby saw. I'm just.
You're just you're gonna out.
I'm just telling you. Makeup's booked. Shoots booked. I'm just going to turn up when they need me.
No, it's a good experience. Like photo shoot prepping. Like
I am a bit nervous. I will admit because it's like the posing thing. It's like I'm thinking.
Oh yeah.
Have you got to like learn the pose or?
No, well, she ain't said anything or anything.
No, you know what? Yeah. I think it's. You know what? I think this. I think they'll kind of direct you on the day. Which
Well, I've got two. I've got like a gym thing and then a water shoot.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
a
water shoot after. So I'm like, she's like, so you'll need a couple of outfits. You know, obviously gym style and then a bit more like watery, like your swim costume and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. So,
it's interesting. Like with the photo shoot, especially the gym ones, they ask obviously the photographer, so what style are you looking for? And I'm like, these people
just make me look fit.
Yeah. And they'll tell you they're like this angle, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about you, like I always remember my photo shoots, I'm always cold. I think it's because I've got no fat on me.
Yeah, probably.
It's just like but I remember the very first one was at the Christopher Bailey in his studio in Nottingham. That was absolutely freezing cold. Like
I've got a feeling it's going to be cold.
Yeah, it's freezing. It was freezing cold, but I think because it was during December, so there's no heat in there. So my last photo shoot, it was round about May, and that was in Surrey. And that gym was like a commercial gym, so the heating. So I was just walking topless, going, "Oh my god!"
Mine have always been like a few days after my competition. So by that time, I'm allowed to eat like what I want to eat.
Well, you just saying that Bobby's been giving me some refeeds now.
Yeah.
Like, I like this because I do love food.
So when you're getting refeeds now, are you discovering what your body looks like the next day, and you're going, Jesus,
I'm like pumped.
Yeah,
literally, like because at first she was like, "Well, I'll give you a refeed. We'll introduce like a lot more carbs and stuff like that." And she's like, "Do it for 2 days, and then I want you to send me some more pictures." And I got up and I thought, God, I feel massive. I got up one morning, I thought, I actually feel really big, and I took my photos, and just like in 2 days, the difference in my photos, I looked leaner, but bigger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
She's kind to you. I got like just probably one. I never had any. I think it was on my first show that I did where I was kind of working out. I had one refeed, but after all the rest, I just didn't. I never had none.
And then like them like 2 days in the gym, I was like PBs, back to back PBs, smashing the weights.
I had my refeed was the day before the shoot. So
I said this week I've had to go back down to lower calories, and then she's like, we'll see where we're at this week. And
just to see where.
And I've got to pop them back.
Can you explain, just in case, because we're getting into gym talk here. Can you just tell people what the refeed is?
Okay, so I've been on. I was on around 2,300 calories.
Yeah.
And then for my refeed, the calories increased for 2 days. So I had extra carbs. So I was having like another Rice Krispie bar, another. I could have 2 bagels with jam on.
Yeah.
So that to me,
So I was going to say, yeah. I was going to say that one.
Because I'd been like, you know, when you have like your savoury meals, I thought, I got a bagel.
Yeah.
And I could put some jam on. So yeah, so it was increasing my calories, increasing my carbs, just 2 days. And then she cut my calories again just for the rest of the week. So we'd just see where we'd go. But like I say, I would look more leaner and more bulky and just felt stronger. It just give me loads more energy in the gym.
And can we just insert for preparation purposes only, just in case you want.
Yes, I could have extra days of food.
I generally find myself having to do this more so now. It's like when people ask me about, I don't tell nobody because you'll tell them a whole kind of thing about also a competition, but they'll only take what they want.
Yeah.
And they'll go, oh yeah, well, she eats bagels and jam. So that's what I'm
yeah.
Paul.
Yeah. You say that because like I say, we're on this WhatsApp group, so I'd put on the morning. Oh, my refeeds work, Bob. Listen, I'll send you my pictures in a minute. And the other girls in the group was like, refeed, what are you on about? Why has my calories been cut? Why have you got extra calories? I was like, I don't know what I've said here.
Different goal purposes. There you go.
Like, you just stick to what I've told you to do. Leave Amy with her refeeds. She's doing something different. And I was like, what have I said?
Yeah, I liked when you said, "Oh, bagels." And it's like, yep, I knew that. That's bagel one, like whole refeed. I think my refeed was I had like 100 grams of oats, dark chocolate and stuff with that. So it was nice.
I never got any of that stuff.
Then I
had
my
breakfast every day.
Then I had a Rice Krispie square bar.
No.
I wasn't a big fan. Like, at first I was like, why Rice Krispies? Like, they were nice, don't get me wrong.
I think it gives you the pump.
Yeah, they do.
I have more after my workout.
On my last competition, I had Rice Krispie bars and grapes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't have anything more.
So honey, bagel and honey. Oh my God. I can always remember. I literally was like,
again, my porridge increased a bit, so I had like 50 grams of my oats.
Yeah.
Like you just said, I can have either dark chocolate or I change it sometimes to almond butter.
Yeah.
Blueberries and a scoop of protein powder. So I really look forward to that when I get up in the morning. I'm thinking, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it's the best day, isn't it?
She just increased. I think I went to like 70 grams of oats, and I was thinking, I just can't wait for this because when I'm eating it, I never want it to end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like,
lots of good refeed.
I've done exactly this. Sorry.
No. So Cocoa Pops and Protein Pounder.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. I was like, whoa.
My coach gave me that after a while. But when you say, I said this some other week. Can you remember when you was a kid, you used to go to bed early for Christmas?
Yeah.
So when I was on prep and I got to a point I was hungry, I'd go to bed like this.
Yeah.
But I couldn't wait to get up to eat carrot cake protein with oats and blue. I have that now. I still have it now.
That's what I was going to be like.
I used to make it in a protein cup, and I've got like a Knickerbocker Glory spoon,
so
I could get right the way down. Because I remember I used the wrong spoon. The one down I was going.
Yeah, and look, John, you just saying that with a spoon. I'll use a teaspoon to eat because I use this tiny spoon. So I'm thinking I've got to save it every time.
I do that now.
Tiny mouthful.
I do that.
I used to take 2 spoons, one to load. Yeah. And then the longer one to scrape.
You gotta get every last bit, and that isn't a big enough scrape the bowl. It's like nothing's left. You don't need to wash the bowl up.
I still do that now with a teaspoon or a porridge.
It's gonna last longer.
Last longer.
I've got to admit, there was a time I put my fingers in and my hands in that.
I do love my food. I'll do it every last scrape.
No, that's it, man. That's really good.
Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to obviously going to wrap it up in a second, but we're going to give you some rapid fire questions.
Oh no, my brain don't work for these.
Of course it does. Listen,
watch it.
Your brain is well and truly warmed up by now.
Do I like that?
Yeah. So, like, obviously, listen. You can, even if you don't get it, if you don't remember or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Just say anything.
Just say anything. Say whatever. So, obviously, for your for your first rapid fire question, early morning training or evening training?
Early
morning. Yeah. What's your go-to track to get you fired up and pumped up in the gym when you got your earphones in?
Oh, God, just anything drum and bass.
Are you into
drum and bass?
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're about 100 miles an hour. So like,
drum and bass. Anything drum and bass.
One exercise you secretly love, but you pretend to hate.
Do you know what? I actually like Bulgarian split squats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm getting stronger now. I want to 30 kgs now. And I think I actually secretly like them.
Yeah, excellent. Your favourite post-workout meal or snack?
Oh, well, it's Rice Krispie bar. That's all I'm allowed.
Yeah. What's harder? I think I've put this in there. I was asking what was harder, giving birth or prepping for a photo shoot, and you've already said like,
yeah.
If you could train with any celebrity,
Oh.
For a day, who would it be?
Oh, train with any celebrity. Do you know what? I've been following Mark Wahlberg on his. Do you follow him on
Marky
Instagram?
Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. In a
Marky
minute.
Mark.
Yeah, I've been following his training sessions.
Okay, next one. One word your kids would use to describe you.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh. That's all. I literally, I was shouting with my photos. I'm like, do you think Mum's done well to me? Bruh. Let's see.
Something people would be surprised to know about you.
Do you know what? I ain't even told you to.
Go.
I am actually a nan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Rob's got a son from a previous relationship.
Yeah.
So I am also Nanny Amy. So
Okay.
Which really
Okay.
shocks people sometimes when I tell them, and I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, he's got 3 kids now, so I am Nanny Amy as well.
Oh, wow.
So that shocked you.
It really has.
I shocked you.
And the last one, if you could give your 18-year-old self a piece of advice, what would it be?
To have more confidence, you know.
Yeah.
Just 100%. Just be more confident and don't let things pass you by and like keep overthinking things. Just be yourself and 100% just be confident.
Brilliant.
No, I love that. No, I love that.
And you know what? Yeah, it's been. You know, I knew there was a good reason why I wanted you on this show, because you've given so many gems today. It's
That's good.
unreal.
I'm glad you've asked me to come on. I really am.
Thanks, Amy. Really
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
So obviously we've gone through like the whole malarkey questions, whatever. So obviously we've talked about like your Instagram and like obviously your journey. So if anyone wants to follow your journey, where can they find you?
Follos Instagram. So at Instagram Follos FOLLOS.
Awesome.
No W.
No W.
Yeah.
Follos.
OS Follos.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you can follow ourselves. You can follow me at jwright.pt.
John Collins _online coach. I still have that.
It's the underscore.
Yeah.
I might just start just getting you this like a pen drop.
You know
and just
what?
go,
Yeah, it's like if it wasn't for Jake, I would not remember like my
I'll find out now.
Yeah, just check.
Just check. Just go
I'm
to
so
check.
ashamed, but like,
So you can follow myself at jwright.pt. You can follow John at
John Collins _online coach. Is that what I said first time?
Yeah, I think it is.
I think you did, yeah. But
You plugged it twice now.
Yeah. Okay, you plug yours one more time.
Okay, then follow us FOLLOS at Instagram.com.
awesome.
Excellent.
And you can follow us. You can follow our page at Down to the Core with 2 underscores. We also are now on TikTok, which you can follow us on Down to the Core with 2 underscores.
I'm on TikTok as well. No, I've just got on it, so I've got no followers.
What, you gonna get some followers?
Followers now?
I think it's Amy in the gym. ITZAMY in the gym.
Awesome.
On TikTok. Yeah.
So without further ado, guys, thank you so much, Amy. It's been a pleasure.
Yes,
Without further ado, guys, have a lovely day and bye.